Good thing I got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Yes, I'm Kuno's pig, I agree. Or I'm not your pig. Look for a good spot to cut. Physical instrument medium, cut the belt off. Cannot be retried. Uh-oh, we're gonna fail automatically. Oh no. Oh no. Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh, I've got skill points. That doesn't matter. Because I'm still working on the cop thing. What was the thought? The like dangerous world. What was it? Precarious world, meaning that I am guaranteed to fail this, even though I have a very high chance. I am guaranteed to fail all red checks. Welp. Yes, I'm Kuno's pig. I agree. I'm not your pig, Kuno.
You are? You're Kuno's pig?
Uh-oh. Well, stupid argument with Kuno is a -1. 97. Okay, so 97% chance of success means that that's the maximum possible because Snake Eyes will always lose. So Snake Eyes being a possibility at all means that's the highest chance I can get, and I'm still guaranteed to get Snake Eyes. All right, let's see what happens when we fail.
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then
Rotate some more, enough, cut some, or fuckity fuck.
the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Rotate some more.
A really, really bad smell is coming from there now, and some kind of cracking sound.
Enough, let's cut some.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggot in. Corpse fucking time.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
No, give them back. I was just about to cut it off. Let them work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Yes, that's much better form than you had.
Oh no.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing
Well, that
the
wasn't
dead
so
man's
bad.
neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Yeah, we had a 97% chance to succeed, but the thought bubble that I had equipped, you have these like ideas that you get every so often, and I'll see if I can get into the menu to actually look at them. But you equip it and start learning it, and while you're learning it, it takes like a couple hours or something, you get a temporary debuff. And the temporary debuff from the thought called the Precarious World is that every time you get a red check, which is one you can't retry, you will automatically fail, no matter what your chance of success was. So there, I had the maximum chance of succeeding, but I was guaranteed to fail because of that. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He hands you the chain cutters back and then kneels closer to the body, running his finger along the dark red groove until he comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Well, we'll write it down.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
Oh, he pulls down the man's underpants.
No! Let's get off at sea!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Inspect the genitals, or write it down and move on. Write it down and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
Genitalia is unremarkable, that's what you said. Yes. Very unremarkable. Too small to be remarked on. In addition, I see smaller residual scars. This is the body of a soldier, a mercenary.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Write it down.
Last item, hands.
We'll let him work.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were you expecting any? Oh yeah,
I
we
was.
would.
Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Oh, okay. So it's an opportunity for us to double check his work, I guess. Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination or description of injuries summary. All right, well, before we do that one, let's do description of injuries summary.
I'm afraid we can't continue before we've gone through both
okay.
the external and internal examination first, thoroughly.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Oh no, no right in A.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth.
We're not very
Injury
smart.
Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
Wow.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunches if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
He's really doing it. The dead man's teeth cut into his gloved hands.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Alright, let's look inside.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Look deeper inside. Oh no. Okay, well, let's do it.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Okay. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary, NA.
Why don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
Right, NA?
Same for toxicology and serology, NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Yeah, drugs. And toxicology requested.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity.
Yum.
Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down, omit the voila. Write it down, keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Oh. What about the injuries we have inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
This is a team effort, or okay, I have inflicted them. Okay, I did it.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzle loader lodged in his lung, and an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention those. Better not to muddy the waters.
I agree the waters are muddy enough, but isn't that sloppy? So, back to injuries. Waters are muddy enough.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Okay, write it down. Wait a minute. Oh, birds, okay. Yep.
Your opinion, officer?
Opinion, a fatal injury, non-fatal, postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Okay, write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal postmortem.
Right. Next.
Finish the autopsy. What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Oh. Ligature mark. Finish the autopsy.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Writing it down.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush. What was that about no clawing around the neck? You'd be clawing for your life.
Non-fatal post-mortem, or, well, okay, so this is something that I guess I haven't learned yet in this retry since dying the previous time. But we learned from the Hardy Boys when he shot himself in the mouth that that they beat him up first and then hung him from the tree. Yeah. Well, they say that, let's see, okay. Let's look at this a bit. Dark red, a braided ligature mark encircling the neck. With a gap on the nape measuring, okay. Hyoid bone is fractured. Cervical column intact. Hemorrhaging on the skin above and below. No signs of clawing on it. Yeah. I kind of want to say non-fatal. Yeah.
A column of cold air encircles you, rising slowly upward in the shape of a courtyard, bordered by cracked plaster, windows, seagulls perched on air conditioning units. A small green enclosure in the middle of a corral of tenements, Cape-side apartments, whirling in rags, and the fortress wall of Terminal B. Above it, a thin blanket of coastal stratus clouds. Higher yet, coalition airships guard over the 21 cordons of the zone of control. The air is crisscrossed with radio transmissions. The hair on your neck rises.
Oh, okay. So this is where the guy was killed, maybe? Was I right?
You were.
Shiver says I was right, and it's a different voice.
Why do you say that?
I just took a whack in the dark. I'm serious, I don't think this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
I arrived at this conclusion through the psychic arts. Or, why didn't he claw at his neck when they hanged him? And why did they not tie his hands? Big man like this is dangerous. Or there is no reason, it's just a random guess. I'm gonna go with 2.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrists. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right. There should be signs of struggle. Let's leave the cause of death empty for the time being.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How'd it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
And what else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Perhaps a drink is in order. Later.
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
Aw, okay. What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Okay, rip out a copy of the autopsy
For
pages.
processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
Perception legendary. Search the body one more time thoroughly. Or let's bag him, take him away. Let's try the perception check. Because I think I'm gonna get another chance at this soon. Low chance, but let's give it a shot. Oh
You
no.
run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Look under his fingernails like Kim already did, or look at his pants again. We're gonna give up.
The corpse seems to yawn contentedly, as though it's glad you've run out of steam.
Do you think we missed something?
Yes, there's something we're not seeing, or no, let's just leave it to the processing guys. I'm gonna go yes.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Oh, okay. Alright, where do we find a fridge for the body?
Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below the building?
Why, yes, there was. It was massive, red eyes glowing in the dark.
So that's what the ice bear shaped refrigerator is for.
Now, that's an overstatement. It's not actually for storing cadavers, or at least I hope so. I think we should take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Okay, well, we've learned some things, I suppose. It's your fault you don't think I've succeeded a check since you started. You know what? I failed so many checks in this game. Okay, so you missed this last night, but last night when I was playing, the last thing that I did was I had to do an authority check. I've got 1 authority point. In fact, I'm going to level that up right now. And I failed an authority check that was a legendary authority check to show that you can stand up to this gang of skinhead guys. And when I failed, he asked Kim for his gun and then said, "You're going to respect me," put the gun in his mouth and shot himself. Because I failed. I loved it. It's just, yeah. Okay. So, all of those fails could be way worse than the one that caused him to kill himself. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my skill points on this stuff now. I have a lot of endurance, I have a lot of all this stuff, and I can drink to get more of it. So I'm going to use, I'm going to do volition. I want authority and volition up, for sure. And probably empathy eventually, but not right now. Yeah, so let's see how we're doing on that. Precarious World is almost done. 53 more minutes of red checks fail. Alright, well, in the meantime, it's getting late. I'm gonna go into this building and see if I can pick up the dice finally. Respect my authority. Yes. Because apparently, if you don't have high enough authority or fail passive checks, there will be times in which you cannot take a fighting option, and I want to take every fighting option possible. Every opportunity to lay someone out, I will take. Doesn't matter who. I will punch that baby for the law. Hey, lady.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Came back to pick up my die.
Excellent. That will be 10 real for 1 set of magnetic dice.
Actually, I don't have the money on me right now, no. Here you go.
This was an especially fun set to make.
Look at him.
Dazzling. It's like you have a pair of tiny disco balls in your hand.
Alright, cool. We'll leave. Alright, so what did that actually do? I wasn't planning to actually spend the money on that, but why not? Check him out. 100-sided die are made of ivory and inlaid with magnetic lodestone. When rolled together, pips on the dice interact with each other by pulling and pushing, just like magnetic personalities. Note, look at the map tab in Journal to see which white checks have opened. Oh. Electronic doorbell. Damaged ledger. I don't remember what that was. Measure head, map wall. Okay. And horseback monument. Huh. So that gave me like a temporary stat boost or something. All right, well we could do one thing with that, which is let's check the board over here.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
Well, what am I looking at this Pokemon Go map for?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7.
Yep.
UK unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
It's the anatomy of the curse.
Perhaps. The web looks like a surveillance program. They must have had massive air width. These things don't come cheap. Someone very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
This game who's playing,
Whoever
we went through all
decides
this
to call
stuff.
in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of the air width alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Okay, so that wasn't the thing with the check. It must have been this.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
What was the check for? Was it for the schedule?
This is a monthly. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. So much pain.
Step back and look at something else.
Your eyes glide over.
Notes.
The full text reads: heat deck outside.
Drawings.
These translute one of the Welkins towering. Your eyes glide over. The
Photos.
photo entire, albeit dark and cold. This a pinned postcard reads.
Okay, I don't know where the check was then. Let's look at that again. Map wall. Interfacing challenging. Huh. It was this one.
This old fireplace. Radio frequencies unclear. It looks like a
so we're dealing with
cardiovascular
something medical.
fixer. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program. They must have had massive air width. These things that someone the leader of whoever decide a list of names.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the schedule.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo.
Huh. Okay. Well then, maybe we're looking at a different wall than I'm thinking. Anyway, so we're supposed to refrigerate the body. I don't know if I want to do that yet, but I'll look at the freezer, because I want to get those boots. I want to get those sweet boots.
The beer's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
So what do you think of this fridge, Kim? Looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it's more than big enough and cold enough. Honestly, it's perfect. All we have to do is plug the fridge back in.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, over here.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
I think it was this one, right?
Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Now, what was this one?
A giant electric mammal awakens. The dead body is going to be safe in the embrace of its cold innards.
Great. The owners of this building will just have to keep paying for the electricity sucked up by this monstrosity a little longer. Let's return to the fridge.
Something.
What are you doing? We need the fridge for the body. You can't just.
Right. Okay. Let's get out of here. Before we run out of time, I should at least reattempt the dialogue with these guys inside. Because otherwise they might disappear. Let's see, do we want to take any temporary points for now? Maybe a temporary psyche boost. Get some more drugs. We're almost done with the precarious world, so don't know if I want to fail any of those things just yet. Why don't we talk to this guy?
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Not yet.
Then why are you wasting my time and yours?
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, what about you? Hey there.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Manana, is that true?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
What's in the pot?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Yes, nod, no, shake your head. Sorry, I don't understand you. Sorry, I don't understand you.
Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with his brow arched.
Yes, nod.
Boss need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Yes, turn the vodka up. No vodka. Cut it. Or, I have business. Ooh, what about no? We'll try that.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. The door does not budge.
Well, okay then. What else can we do? I guess we'll try to put the body in the freezer. Those people are still in there. So, and I kind of want to get that, get the thought completed before I fail any more red checks. Speaking of which, how many minutes do we have left? What does it say? Oh, we have 45 minutes left on that, so that's gonna be a no. Okay, well, let's just check out the body real quick and then talk to those union guys.
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Yeah, we're gonna leave. We really want those boots. Well, we can retry this check.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
We tried this, but we're gonna retry it.
Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and all right, maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner.
Call her again.
There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer the call. It's cold outside, and you can hear the wind blowing into the speaker. A strange metallic taste fills your mouth as you stare at the intercom. There's the static again, whispering like a seashell pressed against the air.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Last time we talked, there was some confusion. You got me mixed up with someone else, or hi, it's me again. I wanted to talk to you. Let's go this way.
My God.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
Please don't hang up. I just wanted to explain myself.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice again.
Wait, is she...
Didn't you already say that last time?
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Do you think it's funny deceiving a police officer? Just stop it already. Stop repeating your words. It doesn't matter what I say. You're just gonna continue, right? Do you think it's funny deceiving a police officer? No. Stop repeating your words.
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echoing in the box. Your hands are getting cold and your breathing becomes visible, forming small silvery puffs in the air.
Is it over? Can we talk now?
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
Say nothing.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget about you.
And then it hits you.
You're a recording.
She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax cylinder. Anger boils up in your chest.
Just a recording, and here I thought, or why does it still feel like it's my fault? Or go ahead, ancient recording, cry then. Here I thought.
Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people talking in the distance, but can't make out any words. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going.
Oh, keep going.
A phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds.
Is anyone there?
No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different from the one before. Glorious and total somehow, crawling inside your head.
For 300 years I have been here,
Volatile and luminous, made of sodium and rain. If you want me, you can find me on the beach. Dans la dernière balle.
So,
The strange alien thought pattern ends. The lieutenant cuts in, inspecting the intercom.
it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve.
Something weird just happened to me. Or wait, a recording trapped in the circuitry.
I don't have time to explain it to you right now. Maybe sometime later.
Something weird just happened.
Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
That's true. Fair point, and well made. Alright, what else we got? What are these things that we have left? I still don't know where this is. You can find her in the last ball. What does she mean by that? I don't know. I mean, they said that it was a beach, but I don't know about that. Damaged ledger, horseback monument. Oh, we can check that out again, I guess. Damaged ledger. I don't know what that was. Oh, I guess it's our ledger. Well, I can try that.